Blain here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I've got my better half with me for this training today. Today we want to talk about the power of the mind and how to stop your thoughts from sabotaging your life and your business specifically. You know, this is a super important topic always, every time, because this business is won or lost. It's a simple business, right?
Yep.
Not complicated at all.
No.
It's won or lost in the 6 inches between our two ears. It's the mind that wins or loses in this business. And the cool part is you have the ability to change it if it needs some, if it needs some shoring up, some strengthening. And that's why I hope we hope this video is helpful to you. You know, the mind has the power to create, to invent, to explore, and also to destroy. And that's why, greatest selling book of all time, the Bible, in Proverbs 23:7 says, as a man or woman thinks in his heart, so is he. Okay.
And did you all know that we're programming our minds either consciously or subconsciously? A great example is like gravity. We know that gravity is happening all around us, but our dog doesn't know about gravity.
Right.
But does not change the fact that it's keeping its 4 little paws on this earth, on the ground, and it's happening. So same with our minds. It's happening. Whether we like it or not, it's happening.
Right, and so we can deny it and say, yeah, whatever, I don't need to worry about this whole topic, or not. That choice is yours, that choice is mine. But the fact is, what we're talking about in this training video is happening, whether we acknowledge it or not. Because what we think about, what we believe to be true about ourselves and our capabilities, the body tries to accomplish to the very best that it can. And that's why, unfortunately or fortunately, depending on what we're telling, if it's positive or negative.
Negative.
So that's why it breaks my heart to see, I've met other families and they're introducing their children, right? And maybe some of you were this child, but
and we've done this. And
we've made this similar mistakes. But one of the children's hiding behind mom's leg, and mom or dad and it says, oh yeah, this is Johnny, this is our shy one, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. And
Johnny grows up hearing this. Yeah. And what's he going to believe? My parents always said, I'm the shy one. I'm the shy one. So I'm the shy one, I guess, right?
Yes. That's how powerful the mind is. And you know what? I have experienced this firsthand. My brother putting me down, saying, you're never going to make it in life. You're stupid. And I truly believe I was stupid and I was not going to be successful in life. And so I carried this in adulthood and believed this to be true of myself.
And we all do. Every single one of us carry stuff into adulthood, some positive, some negative, some of us more negative than positive, and vice versa. But we all have this baggage that we bring in believing that are really lies about ourselves and our capabilities, but we believe them. So here's the good news. The good news of this message is this. If you didn't know this already, the mind is primarily subconscious, meaning about 90% of your mind is subconscious, 10% approximately is the conscious mind. Now, the conscious mind is the logic and reasoning. That's the part of our mind that understands a movie is fake when we watch it, okay, that it's not real.
Yeah.
The subconscious mind, the other 90%, it doesn't know truth from lies. So we could tell the subconscious mind with our 10% that's conscious, we could speak to the subconscious mind and say whatever we want to say, positive or negative, and once it hears it enough, it's going to start believing it. Right?
Yeah, and an example is, and I'm sure you've all experienced this, why is it that when you go in to see a movie, a scary movie, you get scared and freak out when the movie is not even true? It's Hollywood. Or a sad movie, you could actually cry and it's not even, happening, but it's because the subconscious mind is telling us that it's real, even though it's not real.
That's right. And did you know this? Get this. Scientifically, we've read that this 90% of our mind and your mind that's subconscious, there's like 4 billion neurons firing there in the subconscious. 4 billion with a B. And in the conscious 10% of our mind, there's like 2,000. So where's the power? The power lies in the subconscious mind, what it believes to be your reality and my reality. And that's why this conversation is so important. And that is why, again, going back to the best-selling book of all time, the Bible, it talks about taking every thought captive, not letting this input that comes in that's negative from our parents growing up, from maybe a spouse, unfortunately, from society, from
kids.
yeah, classmates growing up, siblings maybe.
big.
Not letting those negative thoughts, not believing them, not controlling them, but taking control of them. And it's why the Bible also talks about renewing our mind. And this pictures an ongoing, active participation process. It's not a one and done thing either. This is something we need to do for the rest of our life if we want our mind to serve us well and help us get to where it is we want to go in our business and relationships and health and every other way.
Absolutely. And did you know the thoughts that we sow, that we, dwell on long enough actually becomes actions, and then those actions become habits, and then the habits are our character, which is ultimately our destiny. And if we want to change all that, change the outcome of all that, it starts right here in our mind, reprogramming our subconscious mind to believe what we want it to believe.
Right. So you might be asking, how do I change? What do I do, Allan and Nicole? Like, how do I reprogram my mind? Well, I would first start by saying like a computer, it can only spit out what it's been programmed to do, right?
Yes.
And so we need to make sure what's going into our mind, what we're feeding our mind is good, positive, healthy, life-giving, serving, again, the direction we want our life to go, and not detracting from it, not negative.
Yeah, and what's really helpful, and this is something that we do, is we write out positive affirmations. And it could be a short list, long list.
Right.
And we read it before our feet hit the ground and at night before we go to bed. And so what that does is it reprograms our mind. When we're reading this, our mind starts believing it to be true, and your mind will actually reprogram. It's amazing.
Right.
It works.
And we're writing positive statements in there, like,
That's right.
I am outgoing, I am friendly, I am,
Present tense, yeah.
I love fitness, I
am a leader.
Yes, I eat healthy.
Yes.
These are things we want to believe to be true about ourselves, and some may or may not be true today.
Yeah.
But we're looking at where we're going and where we think God's called us to go, and we're writing down today, I am this, I am that, based on what we want to believe about where we are in the future, if that makes sense, right? And that's very important. So in closing, I would just challenge you, evaluate the input that's going in, evaluate the music, evaluate the news, evaluate the podcast, evaluate what you're reading, and is it serving me or is it not? And if it's not, eliminate it. Have we not eliminated a lot of negative news in our life?
Yeah, like the news, for example,
And
used to make me depressed and scared. And he's like, encourage me, stop, get rid of it. And when I did, it's like,
yes.
Yep, not scared anymore, not depressed. Yeah.
And the other thing I would add is to be grateful. Take time to be thankful. Again, going back to the Bible, it talks about giving thanks in all things. I remember hearing the saying, the story, whatever you will, the analogy. It's not really an analogy, but of somebody who's complaining about not having shoes. They couldn't afford shoes until they saw somebody that didn't have any feet. And again, perspective is everything. So taking time to be thankful and grateful changes a lot right up here. And that's a big tip too. So anyway, in closing, encourage you to be feeding your mind constantly as much as possible when you're driving on your commute, when you're taking a shower, everywhere and anywhere you can, with positive stuff, reading, podcasts, audios that's going to serve your goals, dreams, and desires that you want in your business and where you want to go in life in general. And make sure you're doing that. And again, great tip Nicole had is to write down your affirmations like we do on a 3x5 card or 5x8 card or whatever, and set it by your bedside and read it when you wake up and read it when you go to bed, and reprogram. Use that 10% of your logical mind to reprogram your 90% to believe what you want it to believe, not what the world has told you for the last 30 years, 40 years, 60 years. In our case, 48 years.
Yeah.
Right? So hope this was helpful. If it was, feel free. Subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yes.
Would love to see a thumbs up down there. If you got value from it, feel free to share it. And if you want to, send us a message or drop your email down there.
Let us know about the change. I want to know about the change and what happens. So, because it will happen. So I'm excited.
Would love to hear that. And if you want to see a sample of like our affirmation cards,
we could send that.
drop your email in the comments. We'll shoot you a copy of it. Until next time, we'll see you on another video. Make it a great one. This is Allan and
Bye,
Nicole
y'all.
Blain. Bye-bye.